Hi there and welcome back to Valley por Vida. Well, professional stand-up comedian Steve Trevino, a Texas native, is returning to El Paso to perform at the comic strip, and he's got a personal invitation for everyone in the RGV to attend. Here's today's Comedy Corner segment.
Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Trevino, and I'm so excited to be with you guys because I don't even know where to begin. I mean, from the shows that we've done down in the Valley with Pitbull to doing really special shows at Schrader Hall, legendary dance halls, to, very soon being in El Paso, which, by the way, El Paso, Texas was the first road gig I had ever done. And I remember a headlining comedian, he said, "Hey, I'm going to do El Paso. Do you want to come?" I was living in Dallas. I said, "Yes, I would love to go to El Paso to go on the road." And I was still young, so I had no idea that it was going to take us 11 hours to drive from Dallas, Texas to El Paso. But El Paso has always been a very special place for me. And I'm so excited to be there. And my wife and I, we talk about it all the time on our podcast, how grateful we are for all the people that continue to support, continue to come out. And it really means the world to us. Well, it's awesome because you have a choice, right? And everybody's schedule is completely busy. And I don't know if they told you, but we did cancel Thursday in El Paso. So we are only doing Friday and Saturday. And the reason being is because a very famous friend of mine named Josh Abbott, you might know him from his music. He invited me to be part of a charity event in Lubbock, Texas that Thursday. So I'm helping Josh Abbott in Lubbock on Thursday. And then we're going to go visit our friends in El Paso Friday and Saturday. And what people don't really realize, especially in El Paso, is that comedy club, the comic strip, is historic. It is one of the only comedy clubs. It was one of the first comedy clubs in Texas that would bring, you name it. If you're a comic, you have been through the comic strip in El Paso. So very excited, newly remodeled, new sound, new floors. The whole thing, they remodeled it. So I'm very excited to be a part of coming to El Paso and celebrating Bart Reed and his comic strip. Well, I talk about my wife, I talk about my life, and what people have realized is that imitation is the biggest form of flattery. They know that I love my wife. Am I frustrated with her? Yes. Does she wear me out? Yes. Am I a below average man that married an above average woman? Yes. So, I talk about my life, being a family man, being a husband. We named our next special, which will be coming out soon, I Speak Wife, because I definitely speak wife. And I realize that young men who just got married don't speak wife. So it's kind of like a little instructional video for the newly married man. So I definitely speak wife. And now we're raising kids. So we're talking about raising kids, living in a life that is a family life, and that's another reason I love living in Texas, because, everybody around me is just trying to raise their kids, trying to make their kids better than they are. And, when I lived in Los Angeles, nobody had kids. There was very few family life there. And I just wanted to get back to Texas and live a very normal life for my kids. So that's what we're doing. I am Steve Trevino, and you got to come to my show at the El Paso Comic Strip. We are over it. We are done with politics. We are done with the coronavirus. Come out, have a laugh for an hour and a half, and enjoy your time with your wife or your girlfriend. You never know.
Again, Steve and his team are thrilled to announce that he'll be returning to El Paso for 5 shows at the comic strip, and it's all happening from October the 15th through 17th, the adjustment that he said. So be sure to visit the website on your screen to lock in your tickets today. You can also always visit stevetrevino.com for more to stay up to date with the latest on his tours and everything else going on. And don't forget to follow him on social media for exclusive updates and, of course, lots of laughs. All right, well, here's a question for you. What is the connection between stress, sleep, and immunity? You see, there are many factors that can contribute to your high stress levels, lack of sleep, and getting sick. But did you know that all 3 can contribute to this? Well, we went ahead and spoke with a performance enhancement and executive coach to learn more in today's Health Check segment.
I'm Nora Tobin, health and wellness partner at Amera International, as well as the CEO of Nora's Naturals Coffee Company. Today, I'd love to share a couple strategies on stress, which I think most of us are very familiar with, immunity, and then just overall energy and how we can balance those 3. So with stress, we need a certain amount of stress. We need a certain amount of cortisol, the stress hormone, to get us up in the morning, to get us energy for our day, to help us accomplish daily tasks. What happens when we are stressed for a prolonged state, our cortisol rises as it's supposed to in the morning, and then it just keeps going up and down throughout the day, and it really has a hard time coming down, really not helping with a good night's sleep. So what happens in the system when we are in this constant state of stress, we know how we feel. We probably feel tired and wired at the same time. We just feel like we can't get enough done in a day. We might not be as focused. But there's also other factors in play that can really interrupt our immunity, our sleep, our energy, and even our weight management. So I like to explain it as the hormone triangle. Cortisol is at the top of that hormone. When cortisol is lifted, it's going to pull from other places just to maintain that efficient pace that we expect in the day. So it'll either pull from the thyroid, which governs weight management and metabolism, or it'll pull from the estrogen and testosterone, which governs a number of different factors, including sex drive. So we can see that no matter what we're doing from a fitness and nutrition perspective, if stress is high, we're pulling from these other places, not allowing us to really reach our maximum efficiency. As it relates to immunity, when stress is high, our body, like I said, is really trying to stay efficient. It's trying to maintain the pace that we expect it to maintain. So it's going to have to go into this fight or flight mode and kind of just double down on its efforts to stay lifted, just to keep that energy lifted. This can cause unneeded inflammation. When inflammation is high, immunity is low. So you can almost think of it as scale. Inflammation goes up, immunity goes down. So we want to put practices into place to not only eat great foods and increase antioxidants in our diet to lower inflammation, but we also want to lower stress. So there are a couple ways to manage all of this. One is with any kind of mindfulness-based stress reduction. So yoga, walking without your phone, meditation, just simply breathing, lying with your legs up the wall. All of those things I just mentioned, you can do in just a few minutes. You don't have to take 30 minutes or an hour to do, and that will greatly help throughout your day. 2 will be balancing your circadian rhythm. So getting out in the morning light, getting that sunlight, that natural light emitted into the eyes. It's gonna help negate the effects of screen time. It's gonna help regulate those hormones that really need to be regulated, like that cortisol and melatonin. And then 3 is going to be incorporating foods and different nutrients in the diet that's going to lower inflammation, which then in turn helps lower, it's not gonna help you feel less stressed by any means, but it's going to lower the inflammation in the body, which then can increase immunity.
Nora hopes this information can help you optimize stress, sleep, and immunity to improve professional performance. Be sure to follow her on Instagram for more on this, as well as other health and wellness related topics. Plus, you can always visit the website on your screen for details on organic coffee that'll give you that energy boost that you're looking for. All right, well, that's all of our time for now. We want to thank you again so much for joining us, and be sure to tune in again next time because we'll have a lot more in store for you. And of course, don't forget to follow our team on social media as well for exclusive behind-the-scenes sneak peeks at what we're filming for the show. And be sure to visit valleycentral.com to rewatch some of today's segments. All of that and more next time on Valley por Vida. We'll see you then.